What's going on, boys? Today we are talking crushes. Everyone thinks about everything differently. Maybe this will be an opportunity for some insight into the way TI, NE, SI, and FE process these sorts of things. It snuck up on me, it dumbfounded me, and I hadn't had one in maybe 8 years. So we will go step by step into and out of the horror of a few months ago. Stage 1, the classic, information gathering. To me, paraphilia is healing. But unfortunately, in my circumstances, there are few places to discuss what's happening in your brain when you're thinking about these things, and there are even fewer places that are any good. I found one that seemed good. Interesting discussions, interesting takes, interesting people. I scoped it out for a while. I decided to bring up typology because I had some theories about which functions might be tied to which roles. And the more you know, the better you can find what you're looking for elsewhere. Point to bring up on that point, when I am researching romance or sexual things, I am never thinking this person might be the one. I am thinking this person might be an opportunity to learn about and develop tools for the one. And that mindset creates distance, and I'm pretty sure that distance is proactive self-defense. If something goes wrong, that's fine. That's not what I'm here for anyway. At least that's what I tell myself. So I bring up typology, get people to take the test, am super FE and thankful and all of that stuff. Some of my theories end up being proven right, not all of them and not entirely, but there are trends. Reinforced a bunch of things I already knew about NFPs, some interesting things about NFPs. Tertiary and inferior TE work in weird ways, but they are operating. Reinforced some things I knew about INTJs, reinforced some things I knew about INFJs. But one of the people has an unexpected result, an atypical result, a secretly hoped for result, a result pointing to a potentiality of a type I thought might exist, but I wasn't quite sure. ISTPs. More archaeological, more anthropological, and more abstract than people seem ever to give them credit. Now that immediately by itself hooks me. This person has information I want. And I think other INTPs operate similarly. Once our noses catch a whiff of information we want, we hound it until we know what we want to know, somehow. And another point on that point, I don't approach people unless that's happening, unless they have something I want to know, unless they seem to have a piece of a puzzle I'm trying to figure out, or unless they have something I just need in general, but that's getting into a completely different thing, and even then I don't like approaching people. So then we start talking, and points start popping up. These points are things I'm drawn to, but alone don't necessarily create romantic attraction. Sometimes even together don't create romantic attraction. we'll talk about them, and then we'll talk about what I mean by that. Point of attraction 1. If someone is an anomaly or an opportunity. We already talked a bit about opportunity, but anomaly means my definition of dregs. People who are interesting, with glaring flaws. People who are not normal, capital N. Or rather, not typical. Haven't seen them before, haven't seen anything like them before. Immediately I'll be drawn to people like that because I want to figure them out. Point of attraction 2. Craftsman work and or special work. Work nobody else could create. Work benefiting from the creator's lens. Aegis's game. Cole's game. Uria's beats. This ISTP's art. My mentor's scholarship. Final products with their creators definitely in there and benefiting from that fact. Special work is special. It cannot be replicated. Once it's lost, it's gone. And it's not just that the work can't be gotten anywhere else, can't be replicated, but it's righteous. I know that's like a condiment on this channel, but there is something elevated about people who do individual craftsman special work. Patrice O'Neill is another one, but you get the idea. Craftsman special work is magnetic. Point of attraction 3. Curiosity. People who approach every situation as a learning opportunity. People invested in figuring things out. There are not many people like that out there. So, people trying to figure things out, have useful takes, have useful perspective, good at bringing in outside information I can't get or never would have thought to get. They're great. Immediately drawn to them. And there are other points of attraction, but we have been putting off the final one. Point of attraction 4. Hormones. A super important one, but talking about that stuff makes me uncomfortable. I blame it on my Catholic upbringing. Maybe Enneagram has something to do with it, but that is one of the fastest ways to make me uncomfortable. So, points within this point. First one, sense of place, or justness. It's like feng shui. This person fits smoothly in with themselves and their environment. Everything is where it needs to be. And when people are like that, when people have that attitude or aura, we should probably go with aura because anyone can be like this with any sort of attitude, but sense of place, when they act exactly the way it's like they've been ordained to act or are destined to act, are built to act, and they are attractive just by being themselves the way themselves is supposed to be. Nothing is more of a turn-off than someone trying to be attractive. Nothing is more of a turn-on than someone who is attractive just by being themselves. Now, point 4 wraps into the other 3 points of attraction and builds into the greater point 3 on the earlier set of points, in the sense all these points of attraction carry a sexual energy to them, even alone, even with men, but none of them, even alone, even together, necessarily create actionable attraction, because these points already create sexual energy. That energy is already happening, always, so its being there doesn't catalyze attraction. I want to make a video about this at some point. If you've never dabbled with homosexuality, tried to make yourself gay, even if you're straight, it has benefits. You unlock some secret powers. You're able to enjoy connection and energies better across the board. But, back to the point of the video, all these points were emerging with this person, and I saw them happening. That's fascinating. This person is interesting and a good opportunity to learn. This person creates craftsman special work. This person is interested in learning enough to try to learn things. If not taking the system at face value, which you shouldn't, then at least entertaining the system as an opportunity to learn things. Really cool. Hormones. Awooga, wowie zowie, the wolf in the place at the table. Side story for a moment, because I think I repress my hormones in daily life. Probably 5 months ago, I opened up my window, or I didn't open up my window, I opened up my blinds, and my window is right next to stairs, and I opened up my blinds, and there was a girl in a bathing suit with the nicest ass I have ever seen, and she was bent over, maybe 10 feet away, and immediately I step backward, take a step to the left, spin around, press my back against the wall, hold my face, and go, oh my god. Now that I have some friends who are worldly, I realize how little I pay attention to sexuality in real life. And that ass hit me in the face and gave me a life crisis, and I did the sliding down the wall onto my ass, holding my face, repeating, oh my god, like I've been ignoring something important all my life, and I'm just now realizing it. But that is an anecdote. Anyway, all these points are emerging, and I'm noting them, but at some point, they go from a collection of points to something greater than the sum of their parts. The person's categorization shifts from selfish learning opportunity to selfish feelings opportunity. And my immediate reaction, the moment I noticed it, was no. Bad idea. Big yikes. How did it get to this point? It was like walking into the middle of uncharted, dark, creepy woods and thinking everything is fine, then out of nowhere, snapping out of it and realizing you are lost. And I think the reason I had such an immediate and negative reaction to realizing I was attracted to this person was it is uncharted territory. The reason I almost exclusively date ENTJs and almost exclusively let people come to me first, not approach me romantically first, but come to me first, is there is precedent and procedure for moving forward safely. I don't handle rejection well. You need to build up calluses and get used to it because it's always going to happen. But it never stops stinging. And all the times past when I was younger and I would have crushes on people and I would ask them out, always get rejected. Probably because I was even, believe it or not, even more of a gremlin in middle school and high school than I am now. But any time I've had attraction or feelings first, it has never gone well. The only relationships I've had that have been good and gone anywhere good happened when I was not the pursuer and not interested first. I guarantee you that has something to do with SI and FE, tertiary and inferior. Scared to move outside comfort zones, not good at social badness. So upon realizing what happened, what horror crawled up out of the pond, my immediate response was politely to jump out of the plane, hope I had a chute, then pull it. And in my head, I'm thinking, yikes, that could have been really bad. But we got valuable information, and we can try again another time once we know what's coming before it happens. And since then, I have been hyper aware of those points of attraction, the ones I stated and the ones I didn't, so I can be careful not to let a crush develop unexpectedly like that again. And I think all that is an insecure control move. I dislike hope existing outside my ability to do anything about it. I dislike how quickly it happened. I dislike how unexpected it was. And I dislike the fact it happened while I knew it was a bad idea, and I was already taking conscious and unconscious precautions not to let it happen because I dislike that feeling so much. So, to summarize, while this is an opportunity for me to talk about something that's been bugging me for a long while, I think there is insight into INTP romance in there. TI and NE lead us into situations trying to figure things out. And they control the show so much, they trick SI into going into storing information mode rather than threat detection mode. I think SI has a few modes. And FE is paying attention to things happening, but also not in threat detection mode because FE takes cues from the 3 stronger functions. Then, once things fire off on that FE level, and we realize exactly what's happening, there is an urge to get away, to preserve the autonomy or the emotional integrity we had when we knew everything that was going on. Uncharted waters are dangerous, or at least we think they are. But that about rippity wraps this one up. I hope you enjoyed watching, because I certainly enjoyed making it. I forgot to add the thanks for watching thing to my last video, and that wasn't good, because that was more of a negative video. And I do thank you for watching. There wasn't deeper meaning behind that other than tiredness. Like if you enjoyed, because it helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't, because we do this shit sometimes. And comment your thoughts, because I love hearing from you. What are your experiences with crushes if you are an INTP? What are your experiences around INTPs who are in romance mode unexpectedly? I'm curious. I'm curious. Ugh. I am cooking up another ENTJ video, but I need more time to think about it. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Really, we have a lot of fun on this channel. So much fun. In fact, you could attach it to a dust mop, then mop the floor of all the fun, then pull the mop part off, and now you have a whole lot of fun all accumulated. But now you might need to throw it away, which isn't fun, but then someone else will have the pleasure of dealing with that fun later. That's how much fun we have on this channel. I look forward to doing this with you guys again in the future.